does something inside you spiritually that allows you to understand that, you know, every moment we have in this life is beautiful.
You're a traitor to your people!
And you're the devil. You kill innocent people.
There's no innocent people!
That's it, you know, love brings everything. The happiness, the dreams, the family, the friends, everything. Actually, love, it's everything.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Liberty Libations number 112. That's the most amount of pop-popping I've ever heard at the beginning of this show. Everybody's drinking beer except for me. All right, Steven. Actually, my name is Jake Green, joined as always by Steven, Alden, and Zane. Nick is taking the night off, and Zach is not producing tonight. He had some work to do and couldn't make it home in time. So with that being said, Steven, what are you drinking?
Repping the hometown stuff, sort of. I mean, it's from Athens. Creature Comforts.
Okay.
The Bigger Dream Hazy IPA.
I like to know you were from Greece.
That's
Right.
That brewery's
Terrible
nice.
joke.
I like that place. Alden, what you drinking?
I've got the High Lie, the D.E.A.B.A.G, the double IPA, which is like a taste of home for me because I'm from Florida. But
Okay. Well, it's getting worse. Zane, can you bring us back?
I've got Savannah Banana Beer.
Nope, you can't bring us back.
Or,
Nope.
or is,
That's worse than any IPA I've ever heard of.
no, I call it the NIPA, not IPA.
Wait, is it? What do you mean by Savannah banana? It's not actually like banana flavored, correct?
is it like a
Oh,
banana
yeah, it
cream
is.
pie?
Oh Lord, Zane. Good Lord. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll bring us back. This is Stockman's Rye. I don't have many options up here. I'm staying at a friend's house right now because our heater went out in our van. So we woke up to negative 13 degrees in our van the other day. It was
That's cold.
Yeah, that's a big negative.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was not ideal. So he had Stockman's Rye, so I'm drinking that. So cheers,
Nice.
everybody.
Cheers. I also have a little
Cheers.
Pusser's rum.
Oh, cool.
Heck yeah.
That's
All
good.
right, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to episode number 112. You can watch this show on any given podcast platform, any given streaming platform, including our own platform, which is Peaceful Sea Network. Head on over to peacefulsea.network. You can join the Dollar Media Club, which gets you access to movies, documentaries, Pants Drunk, which is our spinoff of this show, as well as discounts on merchandise and a whole bunch of other things. But you can watch this show there along with all of these other ones. And you can check out our 24/7 live streaming channel where we have something going 24/7, 365. You can go check that out. It's playing on Rumble. We've got more stuff coming down the pike as we speak, including a stunt-focused podcast called The Philosophical Fall Guy. And that should be coming out in March. Hang on, I think I just saw a deer. Yep. I got deer literally right behind me. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Let's see. Buddy has chocolate milk, and he says, go bananas. And Brian says, IPAs are gross. There, I said it. That's not anything new, Brian. IPAs are disgusting.
But what about nippas?
Nippas are delicious.
We've mentioned drinking nippas. Nippas are delicious, and I'm drinking.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Alden? Alden,
Yeah.
I think we just lost your audio, man.
My mic went out.
Whatever drink you're describing, the universe doesn't want us to know about it.
I think you mean the CIA doesn't want us to know about it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Yeah. Any updates from y'all? Like anything going on that we need to talk about before we launch into some topics?
I mean, nothing major.
All right. Well,
A
y'all,
straight chillin'.
just
Every
straight
time
chill.
Zane's internet like reboots and does a little black screen, my audio goes out for some reason.
That is bizarre. It's not going black for me. It did it again. Alden, your audio went out, man.
Yeah, this time it's you who's the problem child of the show. I think I finally fixed my stuff.
Yeah. Alden, I'm not seeing Zane go out.
I didn't that
and-
time either. I thought I figured it out because it did it like twice in a row, but I don't know.
Interesting.
You sent me the new camera. I got to get set up. I just haven't gotten to it this week. So
I was gonna say, I got you a nice little camera, and you're just sitting there on your stinking iPad camera again.
I just got back from a trip. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. It's all good. Y'all, anybody who's tuning in, we have guests coming up for the next, I believe, 3 weeks in a row. Alden, we just lost your audio again. We've got Blake Fisher next week. We've got Jack Kammer the week after that. We've got Cameron Cowan on March 6th. And then on March 20th, what I'm super interested in is Patrick Naughton. He wrote a book that's coming out in April, and it's about Vietnam War and it seems like the uselessness of war and modern warfare. So, and he's a veteran, so it's going to be an interesting. I think it'll be an
interesting take.
Yeah. So make sure you come back for the next few weeks. We got some really good guests coming up. So there we go. I guess I never put up the. There we go.
There it is.
All right. Our first topic of the night is.
I preferred the D.O.G.E style.
You prefer D.O.G.E style? Yeah.
Yeah.
Better. That was only the opener, though. All right, y'all. First topic of the night. Doge is doing a whole bunch of stuff. From what I can understand is Elon Musk hired a bunch of like 20 to 25-year-olds who never stop, are always working, are sleeping on site, and have way too much energy. And they're uncovering just a whole bunch of stuff, and people seem very upset about it for some unknown reason. I don't really know why people are upset when people are like exposing government waste and government corruption, but
I thought you were making a joke about like, I don't know why you're upset about the government wasting millions and millions of taxpayer dollars. But the other side, because it's hard for me to grasp that people would be defending it or upset that we're trying to expose it. I don't understand that side. It just doesn't work for my brain at all.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that stood out to me from, I think it was Tuesday's presser, the 45-minute speech from the Oval Office.
Yeah,
where Elon's kid was picking his boogers and stuff while he's talking.
Is that a real thing?
Wiped a booger on the Resolute desk. And
that's so gross.
And Trump was like glaring at him because Trump's a germaphobe and he's just like he didn't say anything though. But one of the things that stood out to me was Elon mentioned that he thinks they're up to what they found just in the entitlements, just in fraud of people that don't exist, shouldn't be on the dole, or are actually foreign government people.
Yep.
200 billion per year.
Wow.
Okay, I'm really glad that this came up because I'm really happy that D.O.G.E is looking into the entitlements because that really hasn't been getting all the press. Like all the press, both in the liberal and the conservative media outlets, has all been about like the trans propaganda in Africa or whatever. And It's like, I agree that that's awful and should stop immediately. But if you're from a purely monetary perspective, spending $10 million on trans propaganda, you're not going to fix the budget just by doing that. If you want to actually get to where the meaningful dollar amounts are, you've got to go after the entitlements. So I'm glad that they're doing it.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, I was just doing some rough math here, okay? And these are round numbers. They're not the latest up to date, but let's say there's 300 million people in the country. Really, there's about 350 million if you include the illegals. There's 300 million people in the country, right? So out of that, let's say about 200 million pay taxes. Draw a paycheck and pay taxes that way.
Speak for yourself, Stephen.
So if it's $200 billion per year and 200 million people, that's $1,000 a year. That's if you earn a paycheck, $100 a month is going. The government's taking that just to burn it in front of you.
Yeah,
that's a good way to break it down.
Dude, there are multiple studies out there that say that anywhere between 1/3 and 1/2 of all money spent on Medicare and Medicaid is waste, fraud, or abuse.
Yeah.
So like paid to people that don't exist, paid for treatments that don't actually work. It's just and this is where you're really getting into the several $100 billion worth of stuff is on Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I love what he was saying too, because he was just talking about the budget that they have that's already in place before they took office. He said there was like a little over $1 trillion a year deficit. And he was like, so if we can find over $1 trillion this year and cut it from what's already been funded and allocated, we'll go into 2026 with no inflation. And Elon said this from the Oval Office. He's like, because that's what causes inflation, guys, is when the government spends more money than they take in. He goes, so if we stop that, there is no inflation.
Unfathomably based.
Right? It's just so simple.
I mean, the funny thing is there's no additional inflation. Like, in order to stop the inflation that will continue for the next 10 or 15 years, because it's inevitable because of how much money we printed over the last 5 years, they would need to burn cash, literally, or just delete cash from the books. Because,
but then who do you take it from when you do that?
I guarantee you they have coffers. I guarantee you they printed a crap load of money to give to people that they didn't give all of it away. Like Elon, go get in there, man. Get in there and just take the money back from all those people that we gave money to, whoever still has stuff. Like, it's insane the number of things that have come out of this, the number of things that we've been like paying for. But I would like to take it back to what Steven said, because breaking it down, look, all these huge numbers get thrown around. 20 billion, 100 billion, 1.7 trillion, like all these massive numbers that don't really mean anything to everyday people. Like, yeah, 20 billion, that's unfathomable amount of money for me.
But like $100 a month means,
but not for me.
Zane, shut up. And yes, Alden, exactly. $100 a month that I'm spending on these ridiculous programs is, I mean, I'm trying to cut out subscriptions of mine that are $10 a month.
Yeah, I just was gonna say the same thing. We're down to like one streaming platform at a time, kind of thing, so that we save money there. Like, that's funny.
And then to wind it back up and put it in a positive light, go all the way back to 2013. If you put $100 a month in 2013 into Nvidia stock, it'd be worth over 400 grand today.
Yeah,
they took that from you just to burn it in front of you. Yes, you could have generational wealth, and they stole that from everybody.
Yep, 100%. Let's get into a couple of these. I've got some stuff pulled up. 5 of the worst USAID scandals. All right. $1.46 billion for funding drug production in Afghanistan. USAID wanted to encourage Afghan farmers to move away from opium, but wound up inadvertently supporting poppy production.
I don't think this is inadvertent. I think they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, well, Reason Magazine's a little more politically correct, but yes, 100%, they knew what they were doing. $1.46 billion went to that.
Yeah.
Well, so and here's something else too with like cultural differences. So
Yeah.
we go over there and we occupy the place. That's bad in and of itself. But what we don't understand, or what we refuse to understand, is that for hundreds, if not thousands of years, poppy production has been a respectable profession in that region. It's a lucrative way for you to provide for your family, and it's not seen as taboo.
They're called poppists.
Yeah, I mean, some areas of Afghanistan they give their kids hash at the dinner table. Like it's not taboo to them. It's not, and so you go over there, and first off, you try to convince them that it's morally bad, and so you have this ingrained cultural value for hundreds of years deep. You're trying to convince them it's bad.
Yeah.
Which I mean, you can bring up some health concerns, sure, and then say you win that fight, and then you want them to grow corn and tomatoes. That's not going to pay the bills,
right? I mean, especially corn. That's insane. Like the amount of corn that's being produced worldwide is insane. We do not need more corn. We do not need more products made from corn. Stop making corn. Like, goodness gracious.
So they keep finding things to make with it because it's government subsidied, and at least in our country. Like, I don't know about other places, but
I mean, definitely here. Like,
I think we really need to ban corn from Twitter.
I mean, I agree with you there.
I think the whole poppy thing was like a ruse. I think that was honestly just funneling money into poppy production, just disguised as something else. And because the CIA has been bringing drugs in and getting money from that here for the longest time. And I think that like the taxes are one way that the government and the deep state and things can make money. I think selling arms and selling drugs and like things like that are another way. And I even think that this is why the whole like Nixon era, drug laws and things like that were put into place, is to create more of a black market demand because they can skim off more of it if it's illegal.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just my
Well, and I think the visual capitalist has a representation of like what's happened since we've gone over there. What 03?
And why there? You know what I mean?
Before we went there, Afghanistan was like less than 5% of global poppy trade or global opium trade.
What's it
now?
Now
They're 90+%.
Damn. That's ridiculous.
Browse topics. Let's see.
Well, once we went over there and showed them how awesome free market capitalism is, it's just that they got so much more efficient.
Right.
Oh, is that what it was? And with U.S. soldiers guarding their fields, they got real efficient.
I'm not going to be able to find that chart, Steven.
If I can find it, I'll put it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go to the next. Let's go to the next one real quick. Next scandal: $517.7 million on Afghanistan infrastructure. USAID spent $335 million on a power plant that was rarely turned on, $175 million on roads that floods washed away within a month, and $7.7 million on an industrial park that had no power.
Did it say who built these?
This is all USAID. So I don't know who the actual construction workers were, but USAID funded.
No, I know the program that funded it, but I was wondering if this had to do with. Is this in the like early 2000s era, like the rebuild after the war kind of stuff? Like,
let's see if it mentions. It doesn't mention any of that, but yeah, I mean, I believe this is stuff that was like right after we invaded and got.
Because a lot of that, if this is related to this or not, I don't know specifically, but a lot of that was like the whole Halliburton controversy with Dick Cheney and all that, and the no bid contracts where they just kept giving Halliburton all of the work and they didn't care what quality that they did on anything. They were getting paid to do it, and no one else could bid against them to do it. Anyway, whatever.
Are you just describing contractors in general?
Do you have some current beef with contractors, Jake?
I have some very current beef with contractors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Steven just put this in the chat. Afghanistan, how much opium is produced and what's the Taliban's record? Oh, Lord. The Taliban claims opium poppy cultivation was stopped and the flow of illegal drugs halted when it was last in power in Afghanistan. But although there was a sharp drop in 2001 when it was last in control, opium poppy cultivation in Taliban-held areas has risen in subsequent years.
Yeah, and there's a chart if you scroll down a little bit.
All right, let's go to the chart. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Holy mother of mercy.
Is that the 2001, that one little low?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's 2001, when the
Yep.
year we
And then it just-
invaded.
And then we invaded, we took over, and it came roaring back. Look at that.
Yeah. So we interrupt it for a little while and then send it to the moon. Perfect. Yeah.
Look at 2017. What the heck happened in 2017, man? Opium production went through the roof.
They had to. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there.
I mean, I like to go there, Alden, but it's all good if you don't want to.
It involved pandemic preparation.
Ooh.
So what's
But-
interesting about this map,
joke.
which is probably pretty obvious to you, but
It's
there's
monochromatic.
more and more production the farther away from the capital that you. What was that?
Never mind.
He said it's monochromatic.
Is that the production generally gets more and more the farther away from the capital of Kabul that you get, which just demonstrates the reason why it was so stupid for the U.S. to invade in the first place.
Yeah.
And it was stupid for the Soviet Union to invade in the 1980s, and it was stupid for the British to invade in the 1800s, which is that there are way too many mountains. The lines on the map that even define what Afghanistan is are completely random.
Mm-hmm.
They do not consider themselves as the Afghan people. There's no way that you can administer them as one country and have anybody take you seriously. It's so hard that not even the Taliban themselves can do it, let alone the United States while we're trying to spread democracy.
The only thing I want to say I don't want to say push back on that, but because I agree with what you're saying in a way, but that it's stupid to do this, assumes that the goal that they tell us is the goal is their actual goal.
No, I'm not assuming what the goal of the people in power is. I'm assuming what the goal of the people that have been brainwashed by the people in power is. I do not think that if Dick Cheney watches this show, he's going to be convinced by my arguments. But if somebody who's listened to Dick Cheney in the past does, maybe they would be.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's actually smart because it did what I think they wanted done, but whatever.
What do you?
But
think,
if you're not Dick Cheney, it's stupid.
Right? Yeah, it's
what
smart
do you think
for
would have
the
to
few.
happen in the world for Dick Cheney to watch this show?
Oh God,
He would have
mentioning him every episode. Yeah,
he would have to really plummet down the ladder. Anyway, all right. Another scandal: $29.3 million to a charity that covered up child sex abuse. A USAID
Obviously.
Kenyan charity allegedly covered up rampant sex abuse of children. USAID also began funding a Central African Republic charity a month after the same charity had a major sex abuse scandal.
those are words I never wanted to hear all in one sentence.
Wow.
Rampant sex abuse and children in one sentence is that's a bad sentence.
Yeah. And then here's the big one. $9.8 billion on a failed medical supply chain project. 3
Is that
years.
an 8?
What?
Sorry.
3 years,
Doesn't matter.
and billions of dollars into the global health supply chain program. Only 7% of shipments were completed on time in full.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief! I mean,
That-
this
It's
even
worse than DHL, man. Like,
this isn't like Sally Struthers, where she was distributing food for UNICEF, and then over the years you could tell she was eating most of it. This isn't like that. Like that's a lot to just disappear.
that is a lot.
I have a theory about this, and it's out there, but the 7% of shipments completed or in full is so freakishly low. And I think that some shipments of some things, whether it's like, tools, food, medicine, whatever it is, I wonder if this is going into like prep level underground bunker bullshit or whatever for like later uses, and just being like, oh, it fell into the ocean. Do you know how many people say like, oh, we hit rocky seas, and like the freighters, like the shipping containers, are just like, it fell into the, you're like, what? You're just writing it off as it fell in the, like, we don't have a better system to secure shipping containers? Like, I don't know. I think it's a goddamn scam. But.
So with the shipping containers, it's funny you mentioned that, because there's actually not really a better system to prevent them from falling off, because most of the time they don't fall off. So you just want to stack as many on there as possible. And the way the insurance works for like containers that fall off of big shipping boats is that if any shipping container falls off, all of the shippers that have shipped any containers on that ship all have to pay a little bit, or their insurance policies all pay a little bit. It's not that it's not that you get completely screwed over if you happen to be the one guy who is unlucky enough to have the container that fell off the ship.
A pool situation. Okay. A risk pool.
So it is fascinating stuff if you're a nerd like me.
Yeah. Insurance nerd.
Big if, Zane. Not fascinating. But yeah, no, I appreciate that you find it fascinating, because somebody has to, I guess, since all right. Here is the what the thumbnail was all about, and here is the story that's by far the most interesting one.
The pillow fluffing?
One of the workers, his name is, they call him Big Balls, and he's going to start the T.E.A.B.A.G department.
No.
D.O.G.E is abolishing the IRS and GAO and combining them into one new department. Led by Big Balls, the new agency is the Tax Evaluation and Bureau for Accountable Government.
We're getting trolled on a government level.
Dude,
this is amazing.
This is my favorite thing to happen in government since I think I was born.
It's too much winning. I can't take it anymore.
Right.
I'm getting some hardcore Halo flashbacks from this.
And the crazy thing that stands out to me is, the MSNBC types and the CNN types have been losing their minds the past week about, there's a 19-year-old advising the State Department. Are we just going to let a 19-year-old advise the State Department? 19-year-olds freaking took Normandy, lady. 19-year-olds took Baghdad in 12 minutes 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I mean, these kids clearly are extremely intelligent and extremely hardworking. Like,
I think age is sort of like almost becoming like a scapegoaty kind of thing to point a finger at this point with this. Cause like, is that really the biggest story here? Like, is this what's worth talking about? But
some quack. This is sad, but hilarious. I'm kind of glad my parents didn't survive for me to have to explain this to them.
It's simpler. I understand. It's simpler.
Did you see where Elon changed his name to Harry Balls?
Yeah. So good. I mean, I absolutely love. So there's a meme going around that's basically like, I'm not paying the IRS, but I'm praying that D.O.G.E abolishes the IRS before.
Thank God!
Before my tax.
That's my dream.
Oh, that was me in 2020. I filed 2 extensions on my taxes in 2021 because I was like, we're just canceling all this, right? Like
we didn't pay for 3 years. Like we had some back taxes due. We still have back taxes due. We're kind of waiting it out at this point to see if the IRS gets abolished. But I mean, this isn't. First of all, look at that guy.
I saw that.
Could not be a cooler looking douche on the planet. I
think. Right.
He kind of looks like Daniel Penny's younger brother.
He kind of does. Oh man, the guy who saved or accidentally killed the guy on the subway, who saved a whole bunch of people from getting murdered.
What?
Remember that he strangled a guy on the subway in New York, trying to put him in a choker hold because he was threatening to kill everybody on the train.
Oh no, I don't know this story.
Daniel Penny, he got charged with murder, and then
Even though he was protecting people?
but he
Okay.
ended up getting off. So they let him go, and but it took a while. So anyway, he does kind of look like Daniel Penny's younger brother.
Well, if you get off on murdering someone, then that is troubling.
I knew that was coming. I couldn't think of a better way to.
Oh, you knew it was coming? Sorry.
Gummit, man. That's so
I
good.
just won't be here next week. I'll just take a break.
No, that's so good. That kills me.
You set me up for it, man. Yeah.
I know. There's no other way to say getting off. Like
Acquitted.
He was acquitted. He was acquitted of all charges. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat the charges. He beat the charges off, Alden.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The charges were abated.
To the last drop. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Nobody appreciates this.
So D.O.G.E officially launched their own website yesterday. And you can go on there and
D.O.G.E.style.com.
D.O.G.E.style.com. I wish they'd have made it D.O.G.E.style.
Oh,
That would have been their style, man. Yeah.
They should have done that. Look, the amount of things you can go check out on here is pretty awesome. Receipts coming soon, no later than Valentine's Day. So check in tomorrow to see what the savings are that they have saved us.
I'm pretty interested to see this in a cumulative sense here. Yeah.
Executive branch, 2.25 million people work for the executive branch, 16,000 subordinate offices for total wages of $211 billion just on wages alone. And they go down to cabinet level agencies, large independent agencies, medium, all that kind of stuff. You can click on those and look at more stuff. But like the number of things that their unconstitutionality index, like these are all the rules and those are the laws. So there's in 2010, there were 3,560 rules made to 221 laws.
Oh my God.
And it's like that for the last 15 years. And
what is the distinction of a rule?
A rule is made by bureaucrats that are not elected. They're made by each agency independently, making a rule like TSA, making a rule that you can only have 3.8 ounces of liquid to travel on the plane with.
Or like
the
Bureau of Labor and Statistics, saying that if you're going to have somebody on salary, it has to be at least $58,600.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are
stuff
rules.
like that.
So agencies coming up with their own parameters that affect citizens.
Yes,
but that are not.
If you notice,
law. Okay.
Exactly. If you notice, if you ever fly on a plane, at the beginning of the flight, they'll say it is when the flight attendants are talking, they'll be like, federal regulations compel you to comply with whatever the flight attendant says, but it's not a law. It's a friggin' regulation that somebody made up, and that actually isn't technically prosecutable because it's a regulation made up by people that were unelected and mean nothing.
Yeah, all
this sounds like it'll hold up in court.
They lose their subsidies, or they lose their insurance subsidies from the federal level if those regulations aren't met.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's exactly what that is. Code of Federal Regulations. I haven't looked at this one yet. There are 98.68 million total words in the Code of Federal Regulations.
Oh my God.
With 215,000 sections of regulations. Unbelievable, man. Federal Regulations by agency. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Treasury Department has the most. Of course they do. And EPA has the second most.
Wow.
In there.
Really?
That's depressing.
Wow.
I can believe it.
That is so sad.
I do believe it, honestly. Yeah. But
yeah,
that's incredible.
But yeah, y'all, you can go through all of these
way.
things and check out like all. I mean, there are so many things you can. Look how many dadgum agencies there are.
Yeah.
There are some of these that I've never even heard of before.
Oh, I haven't heard of
the Presidio Trust.
I have no idea.
Office of Navajo and Hopi Indian Real.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do we still have an entire federal department
For
devoted to
relocation?
relocating Indians. This is
Holy hell!
Because
Zane's
they're still,
Zane's having an aneurysm right now.
apparently they're still hoppy around the country.
They somehow managed to like convert the Trail of Tears into a 50,000 word essay.
We still have the Peace Corps. I didn't know that still existed.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Avenue Development Corporation. What?
Huh.
Is Pennsylvania Avenue? Is that like where the White House
That's
is?
where the White House
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Export Import Bank of the United States. What? What? I mean, African Development Foundation. What?
Committee
know,
for
ask
purchase
Zane.
from people who are blind or severely what does that even mean?
Purchase from people who are blind. What do they
And
do?
yet the CIA only has 30,000 words of regulation. The entire CIA has less regulations on it than the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation.
The CIA only has
the
30,000
one
that
agency
you
that maybe
know
should
about.
have some regulations on it has none.
Delaware River Basin Commission is a federal.
Oh, well, that's critical.
program.
That's critical.
It is critical. You got to protect those Delaware River people.
My yard is a river basin right now.
What is up with all these river basin commissions? Susquehanna River Basin Commission? What?
I don't know.
And why are we still planning the national capital? Isn't it already done?
It's never
built.
done.
We don't need more planning commissions. Defense Nuclear Facilities Safety Board.
I mean, safety should always be on everyone's mind with that, but 24,000 words worth, I don't know.
Not federally, man. Like safety, all they need to be doing, the only job of the federal government is to protect the citizens of the country's human rights, natural rights.
No, it's my mail. Rain or snow.
There are still more agencies. How many?
Oh, there's just
oh my God,
infinite
agencies are there? There are 6 words in the federal procurement regulations system.
6 words?
I need to know what those 6 words are.
You just said more words than are in there.
Hang on,
That's
y'all
so
keep talking.
funny.
I gotta find out what the 6 words are.
Their entire regulatory code is one haiku.
Their title is 4 words. That's crazy.
There you go. That's the 6 words. Welcome to.
Yeah, why is there? We've got welcome to, and not even there's no article even.
Right.
Why do we have? It's either like 6 million words or it's like 6. I don't understand this whole system. Are they withholding words from us?
No, it seems like they're a sub agency of the EPA.
Oh, okay. So it's 28 million words. Got it right.
Yeah, no, it's the second most words, but they are down here at the bottom because their specific branch of that agency is tiny. It looks like it just their page just sends you to a whole bunch of other pages, so that's probably why. But still, idiotic.
Oklahoma City National Memorial Trust. What is that?
I don't know.
Probably
I'm not
the
in
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
City bombing memorial.
Tell me what the East-West Foreign Trade Board is. The frick? What? What?
East-West is
Federal Permitting Improvement Steering Council.
I just had
Look.
I just had a steering recall that I had fixed.
I'm pretty sure that D.O.G.E might be the best thing to happen to the federal government since the federal government was created.
Oh, there's obviously entire departments here that need to have a meeting with the Bobs.
Yes,
what would you say you do here?
Yes,
perfect.
I deal with the people. What's wrong with you people?
I have people skills.
Also, they have a direct link to join the U.S. Digital Service, which is D.O.G.E, and you have to input your GitHub since you pretty much have to be a coder or knowledgeable of the digital platforms and everything. You can go join D.O.G.E if you want. That is not for me. I'm not nearly smart enough to be on that squad, but then they have all their tweets. that show everything that they've been uncovering, which I mean, it's so much stuff.
One thing that stood out to me. So this is also from the press conference.
Yeah,
this was just fascinating to me. Elon was talking about. So one of the first things they did, because they're treating it like a corporate takeover, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
They're
bringing familiar with that. Yeah,
bringing all these stats out to light. They're hey, what did we just inherit? What is the structure of this business? Where's all of our assets? Where's our money coming in? How's our money going out? These are all things that you do when you acquire a business. And so he was saying, he wanted to retire people, because anytime you acquire another business, you streamline, you reduce the number of employees.
What was the reduction in employee number, like as a percentage that he did with Twitter or whatever?
It was 2/3.
He did.
He got rid of 2/3.
He axed 80% of Twitter.
80?
Yep.
And it still seems to be working.
It operates perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't use it, but it's still around. 80%
of the employees, half of them literally did nothing, or less than nothing.
This is back to what would you say you do here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they went and asked, I think it was like the Office of Personnel Management, something like that. How many people can we offer early retirement to? Is there a cap to this? Is there any rules or laws that prevent us?
Rules and laws. There's the distinction again. Yeah.
And then he said they came back quickly with the answer of 10,000 per month. And he's like, what do you mean 10,000 per month? What's going on here? And turns out, because it was not the specific number that they quickly gave back to him.
Yeah.
So the retirement packages are processed by physical paper. And the office where they process these retirement packages is at the bottom of an abandoned limestone mine.
What?
And 10,000 per month. I'm dead serious. 10,000 per month is the maximum speed of the conveyor belt that lowers the papers down to the office.
They use a minecart conveyor belt system? What is happening?
From 1955.
Are they dwarves?
The limestone mine was abandoned in 1955. This is what he said in the White House. He was in the Oval Office.
This is fucking wild.
And he was like, so we offered them, multiple digital avenues to retire, and we retired 50,000
an
in the first
Ethernet
month.
Cable.
Right.
Jesus.
And there's 200 people that work at that place.
Oh my God. What a crazy story. The government's entertaining, at least, of just how crazy they can have fucking 10,000 people working in a limestone mine and cheese stored in caves and just what is happening? It's just, and it's all true. It's just scary.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean, Dave Smith talked about this. I listened to a little bit of the one of his shows this week, but he just talked about how many libertarian ideas are becoming normal for people to talk about, which is super interesting. And most of it's around just because Trump got elected, but also this whole D.O.G.E situation is the vast majority of libertarian talk. Like he mentioned this on the show, which I saw the other day on Twitter or on X. Liam McCullum, who's here in Montana, dude's freaking fantastic. He's a law student out of Missoula and great libertarian guy up here. And he tweeted out D.O.G.E should hire Ron Paul to lead an investigation team into Ed. And Elon Musk replied and said, that's a good idea.
Hell yeah.
Elon Musk replied to Liam McCullum, who's he's not a small libertarian he doesn't have a small following on X, but he's got, medium-sized following. He's not like Dave Smith, but right.
Wild. There's only a handful of large audience libertarians anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's wild that the owner of X and the richest man on earth tweeted back at Liam McCullum and said, yeah, we should get Ron to do that. What is going on right now? It's just
I'm weirdly excited about the libertarian sort of philosophy just becoming a little bit more talked about and mainstream and accepted and and a little bit, not, I wouldn't say fully mainstream, but but getting more notoriety at this point. That's interesting.
Well, dude, and a lot of the stuff that's going on, if we'd have said like 4 years ago, even like 2 years ago, like we're going to be auditing the IRS, we're going to be investigating the IRS. Like,
taste of your own fucking medicine.
Yeah, you thought we were insane. Like,
Which,
there's no
by the way,
yeah, go ahead.
D.O.G.E is in the IRS building as we speak.
Nice. Okay.
Let's shut it down.
It was like 6:30 this evening. Being Libertarian tweeted out, breaking: D.O.G.E has entered the IRS building.
I just picture like the memes of the FBI like raiding in like Wolf of Wall Street with like the file boxes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to rewatch that movie, man. That was
such a good movie. Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, it's just interesting watching all this stuff happen and watching like the thing that I am now concerned with, because hopefully this will continue over the next 4 years. The thing that I'm concerned with, which is what I'm concerned
How
with,
fluffy is your pillow?
Well, no, my pillow's not fluffy. I like a firm pillow, so screw that.
Yeah, I know you have your 20-year-old pillow or whatever.
Yeah, I bought a new one for Montana. So my 20-year-old.
Oh my God! It should be a national holiday.
Oh Lord!
For anyone that doesn't know, Jake's been carrying around like one pillow for like as long as most people have been alive.
It's I think the last time I bought a new pillow, besides 1 month ago, was in 2006.
Yeah, I was in high school.
Right on.
Yeah.
I just bought new towels for the first time in 13 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, the thing that
sorry.
I am now concerned with is what happens with every single like push to one side is the pendulum swinging back the other direction.
Yeah.
And
Too
how far will it end up swinging? When will that happen? And what will be the effect? And how can we prevent that from happening? That's the primary thing, is how can we prevent that from happening? Because you can. It's just I don't think most people have figured out how to do that.
Libertarians are trying to like catch the pendulum and push it on like a z-axis, like a different direction, and like be like, and
like we're just trying, like the far extreme of D.O.G.E, wherever that lands, that's where we just want to catch it and freaking hold with all our might, you know, and do not let that go. I don't really know how. Yeah, that's what I'm most concerned with at this point. Is just like I'm going to ride this wave and enjoy every minute of it, but what is going to be the repercussions of this in the future? What will the pendulum swing back to? Because it will swing back inevitably.
Yeah. Well, Elon is very outspoken about this is what he's trying to do, because yes, he's the wealthiest man on the planet, but he understands that his wealth goes to zero if these control freaks, become the Borg and merge with AI body parts and take over, like the transhumanist movements, what they're dreaming of. And that creepy guy Zoltan Istvan was the guy that rolled that out back in 2012. He seemed like a cool California surfer dude. He's like, yeah, we're just gonna put a chip in our
Zoltan
body.
is his name.
Yeah, Zoltan Istvan.
Yeah,
That sounds like the name of like one of those like glass box, like you put a coin in and it gives you like a fortune, like
Zoltar.
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
I was like,
Zoltar.
there's something. It was just ringing that bell anyway.
Here's the creepy guy.
Yes. He started what's
All
called
right.
the transhumanist movement as a political party, actually.
He's the worst.
And
Yeah.
he sounds like a normal California surfer dude, but he's literally talking about merging with machines. And it's all the crap that Elon was talking about on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Transnominist.
That's right. But I mean, like that's the stuff, because Elon's trying to take us off planet. Like we're trying to colonize Mars.
Yeah.
He's thinking like next generation, next leap, let's go. And these freaks are in the way. And we either let them win and we go nowhere ever and we become the Borg, or we win now and we go off planet.
I like that.
Would you guys go to Mars?
Not if there wasn't a returned flight. 0% chance I'm going. If there's like a 99% chance that I can make it back here, then yeah, I'd go.
Yeah.
But
I mean, by the time they open it up to the general public, it's not going to be like hop on a spaceship and ride for 3 months. It's going to be
No,
it's going to be like a Stargate. It's going to be a jump port.
Oh well, that would be a whole other thing. But I was asking like if you guys would like colonize Mars, like become Martians, like go to
No.
Mars.
Have you seen what I'm building in Montana? No way. No,
Yeah.
no. I have too much going on here.
Yeah.
If somehow the government came and took all this away from me, then you can talk to me then, and I might go. Only if Nikki wanted to go, which she would. Nikki wanted to be an astronaut. She chose
Well, there you
acting
go.
because she thought it was a harder career path.
She thought it was.
She thought being an actor was a more difficult career path than being an astronaut.
Really interesting.
Because
I got to
little
talk
did
to
she
her about
know-
this later.
Yeah.
Both of them are almost the same thing. If you're talking about the moon landing.
Oh, got him.
There we go. Dude, I watched another video and I'm like severely doubting the moon landing now at this point in time.
I think
There's
we
some
actually landed,
big
but
questions about
the
it.
footage we were provided is totally bogus because the film cannot cross the Van Allen radiation belt.
And they have the delay problem of like there's supposed to be a delay and then they responded within like 1 second and it's supposed to be, at least, I don't know, 4 or whatever it was.
4.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's some weird
we're
stuff.
We're not going to get into that. So anybody else got anything to say about D.O.G.E style at this exact moment, or can we move on to the next topic? Zane, you got anything else to say about D.O.G.E?
No.
Zane
I'm sure I
prefers-
do, but not right now.
Okay.
Zane's more of a reverse cowboy kind of guy. Yeah. Reverse cowboy, I meant girl, but whatever Zane's into, I don't know.
Yeah. I'd like to see the follow-up. So knowing is half the battle. The other half is people need to go to prison.
The follow-up
Shane
to
Hazel's
this-
been all over this. Like, hey, like the $59 million for the hotel for the illegals in New York City.
Mhm.
Like, and then not only that, but it was a known international gang that killed Lake and Riley. I'm not going to grandstand on just Lake and Riley, but like they housed a gang. It wasn't like these people are political refugees. It's
I mean, I don't even agree with the government spending on political refugees kind of in general. Like what gang or otherwise, I just feel like spending money there doesn't make a lot
let
of sense.
Samaritan's
to me
Purse
on
handle that, or
non-citizens, but
UNICEF or whoever. Well, not even UNICEF because they kind of take over too. Let it be voluntary.
Yep.
But I want to see some folks going to prison very soon, and I think
I would be shocked if we actually did, but
we better. Otherwise, like Jake's saying, the pendulum's swinging back.
Yep, 100%. Otherwise, all those people will still be in government when Trump's term ends, and we'll be swinging back.
I mean, no one went to jail during like all the fucking
2007.
lies from the 2000s with the Iraq war. No one went to jail with. I
It's
mean,
true.
just like pick a recession, pick a war, pick a fraud, pick a thing. Like there was like one person that went to jail for. You're saying there's like one fall guy or something, and then that's it. And
Yeah, but now
Well,
so far now, just this year, we're up to 70,000 federal employees that have been given an early retirement, 8 months pay, full benefits for a year to walk away. So at that point, if I'm some do-gooder that's fresh out of college and I'm thinking I'm going to change the world, and I get paired up with Nancy Pelosi's staff, and then I find out that she's Satan incarnate, and if I open my mouth, I'm still on the hook for my student loans, and I can't have a job ever. And then some guy comes out of the woodwork and is like, "I'll pay you 8 months to walk away." Cool. Hey, a couple months later, the phone rings. Oh yeah, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
I was there. I saw it.
yeah,
I mean, I think maybe one way you stop the pendulum from swinging back all the way is just by dismantling as much of it as possible as fast as you can. Because as much as I would love to see people be held accountable and go to jail or whatever, I just think that that's just so far out of what is realistic even right now. Like, I do not think there's the political will to do that. And honestly, I just want all of that stuff to end. Like, it's not like I get any personal I mean, maybe I would get a little personal satisfaction seeing these people in jail, but it's just, I'm not really after that. I'm after just making it stop. And this is what the frustration with conservative conservatives for so long is that they'd get in power and then not do anything, or they'd increase the bureaucracy even more. And then when the left comes in, they would turn around and be shocked when the left would use the bureaucracy against them. It's like you guys were the one that enabled this in the first place. Yeah. So on the flip side of that, if you can actually get in there and really end it, assuming the left gets back in power at some point, if you have disestablished large parts of the federal government, they won't be able to come in and just reestablish it overnight. If you've really done a good job of abolishing it, they'll have to at least put in a lot of work trying to build it back up.
And then I guess there's the question too of like, if you were to really pursue putting people in jail, how much more money would that then take to go through the process times, tens of thousands of, people or something, if there was like, I don't know how many people would be involved with.
The waterboarding at Guantanamo Bay, which if you don't know what any of that is, it sounds great.
Sounds like a little vacation, right?
Yeah.
It does. No, you're totally right, Zane. Like, I think the thing to root for here and to keep promoting and to keep pushing is for D.O.G.E to help eliminate as many federal agencies as is humanly possible, and as many federal employees as humanly possible, because
they're unbolting the supports from like the scaffolding and just like watching pieces fall apart or whatever. And like,
and that's something that we should people need to stay on top of for the next 4 years. Like, don't let this just become a thing that's like happening in the background. Like, we'll keep talking about D.O.G.E. We want other people to keep talking about it. Like, we want them to keep doing this for as hard and as long as they possibly can. And that was not sexual innuendo. And Alden, shut up.
Well, one thing that's staggering to me too is the amount of not just individuals, but small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large businesses, all of them that don't have the stomach to push back.
Alden has a small business.
Hopefully this will shine light on things. Is it a rule or is it a law? And if it's just a rule, who makes the rules? And can I call them? Can I talk to them on the phone?
Or is it
ask them why? Tell them this is stupid. It's just one of those things that how many people just some official sounding dude holding a clipboard comes up to you and tells you these are the rules now, and you just go, oh, okay, I'll just take it.
It alarms me how much what D.O.G.E has been doing in such a short period of time. It doesn't feel the most like, it doesn't feel like it's the most work to do. I feel like no one wanted to do it before. And that is alarming in the sense that I feel like both sides in the quote unquote two-party system that we have benefit from the bullshit and the bureaucracy and the government spending and the fraud and the whatever so much that no one wanted to peel back the layers because no one wanted to end the party, and it's upsetting how easy it was for anyone to come in. Think about any, change of party or regime here or whatever, and the spite of now we're going to uncover all the bullshit that you did and peel back and it's like no one wanted to do it because they were like, ooh, wait, I don't want to peel back too far because then it'll affect my pockets as well. It's frustrating that it got to this point where it took this situation, and I think it's telling as far as the system, the two-party system.
And I think the real test, the moment where you'll know that D.O.G.E is doing an extremely good and thorough job is when they start axing Republican things as well.
It'll come.
When you see both sides getting pissed off, that's when you know something good's happening.
Because there's
it's just disgusting to think how many people for how many decades, like Alden saying, you go in there, hey, what are you guys up to in here? And you pull back the curtain. Oh, is that a pallet of money?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Can I have some?
Oh wait, no, it's just drugs. It's just drugs.
All right. Nancy Pelosi may have a staff, but I hear Paul Pelosi has a hammer.
That was good. All right, we're going to end the D.O.G.E's winning topic on that, and we're going to move on to direct energy lasers. Frickin'
my favorite topic.
Lasers, y'all.
Oh, Zane left when we got to direct energy weapons.
He directed his energy elsewhere.
Yeah.
U.S. warship fires laser weapon in stunning photo. There it is. This is a direct energy laser weapon fired from
Fake
a
news.
US destroyer, the USS Preble. I don't know how you pronounce that.
I'll go with
I have no
Preble.
idea.
Preble
Preble.
Yeah.
Preble, yeah.
fires a laser beam against an unmanned aerial vehicle target at an undisclosed location. So we've hinted and slightly discussed direct energy lasers before.
With the fires, or
we have theories that they were the things that began the Lahaina fire. Lahaina, right?
Yep.
I think so.
Lahaina, and then some people think the Los Angeles fire, maybe, but definitely a couple others are theoretical at this point. But it's interesting to see this actually being used in real life against an actual enemy target by a U.S. warship. You might have any thoughts on it?
Now, this is not a new technology by any means. I mean, I graduated high school in 2003, and I remember my junior year of high school. Oh, this Time magazine. It was one of the mainstream magazine publications. We were in U.S. history, and we were reviewing this because our U.S. history teacher was a retired Army colonel, and he thought all the new weapons were really cool. And I mean, back then, this thing it took 4 connexes to make the weapon back then.
Right.
And so it wasn't portable. It was a stationary thing. And it was saying it can maim, blind, or kill an enemy target up to 10 miles away. And that was over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so obviously, technology's advanced. I think this is how we beat a drone swarm. I mean, because it's got to be, some kind of EMP, but an EMP blast knocks out your tech as well.
Yeah, it's indiscriminate.
Yeah. I mean, you can focus it. You can put it. I
was going to say directional. Directional, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could do directional, but you still might be friendly fire if your stuff is in the drone swarm. So you can tell your stuff to go to the outer edge and then just laser beam that shit. Yeah,
100%. I just thought it was interesting to see this actually happen. Like, it's just these lasers aren't in the news very often, and when they are, it's them saying, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory," talking about blue lasers and all this garbage. So I don't know. It was just an interesting thing to see it on Newsweek, like prominently featured.
I want to mention also that it would not take a lot to just start a fire. I've started a fire with a fucking piece of. You can start it with a Ziploc bag and a bunch of water. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not
survivalist Alden over here.
You can't. I mean, so it just what we're witnessing on this ship is actually more powerful than it would take to start a fire. Like, you don't need a visible laser to start a fire. It could just be a concentrated beam of solar energy, and that'd be enough. Like, so it's. I don't understand like why it's gotten so much pushback as a theory or whatever in general.
Well,
like
I think I think the pushback is on the part of the theory that says that the fires were started intentionally, not that the particular mode is a directed energy weapon.
Maybe. I mean, there's some pushback on that as well.
Well, even outside of military applications, I've seen articles recently where they're talking about using this as a power source beamed down from space.
Mm-hmm.
The satellite is going to focus solar energy in a beam form down to a terrestrial power plant on Earth.
That actually sounds.
And then people are like,
"It would
what
never
could go wrong?"
That sounds pretty cool.
But
I mean, that sounds pretty stinking cool. Have y'all seen this company where you can rent sunlight?
What?
When it's dark outside, if you're like,
is this for Alaska?
If you're lost in the forest at night, you can.
Yes, where a satellite will.
They own a few satellites, and they will beam down.
It reflects sunlight.
Reflection of sunlight, so that you can see around you and find your way out.
Wow!
Now imagine if you focused that beam into a smaller spot, you got a fire.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before that company starts murdering people.
Man. And when my dad was my age, sunshine
it will
was sold
with
in
a software
bag.
glitch. Like, yeah,
exactly.
What'd you say, Steven?
I said when my dad was my age, sunshine was sold in a bag.
That's a good Gorillaz song line, actually.
Yeah.
Lyric.
Good. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought this was an interesting one. We don't got to spend a lot of time on it. The next one, we'll bring up. Let's see. I got to go back and find Brian's comment. Brian says, "When I see Shapiro planned assassination, my mind goes to Ben Shapiro." Well, that
I didn't know what this was about.
that wasn't really on accident. That was, it's more clickbaity.
Okay.
But there is an accusation. A former Pennsylvania State Police employer has submitted an official criminal complaint alleging that Governor Josh Shapiro was involved in the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump. The complaint was submitted on February 7th. She claims to have submitted a tip about this in July of 2024, but said that it was blocked by the Biden administration. If true, this will be one for the history books. Let's see.
What state is this?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say that? Oh, my bad.
There's the full affidavit that she submitted. And basically she says that Josh Shapiro, who is the governor of Pennsylvania, colluded with Pennsylvania officials, the state police commissioner, Christopher Parrish, to carry out the attempted assassination of President Donald J. Trump on July 13th, 2024.
Maybe he also rigged the Super Bowl. We don't know.
Maybe. Rigged the Super Bowl in the best possible way. I mean, I hate the Eagles, but man, I hate the Chiefs more. So.
Oh, come on. Philly Bulldogs? What you got against the Philly Bulldogs?
With this
Philadelphia, that whole city, I agree fully with Nick. That whole city sucks butt, man. Like all of those people, maybe not all of them, but the vast majority that go to Eagles games suck.
The fans are rabid.
Yes, they are. I mean,
they're the only ones worse than New Orleans fans.
Oh, they're not on the same plane, Steven. I've been physically assaulted at an Eagles game in Philadelphia more than once. I've been to thousands of sporting events, and I've been assaulted 3 times, and 2 were at an Eagles game.
I got assaulted more than 3 times at one game when New Orleans played Atlanta Falcons in the preseason.
Okay, that's depressing.
My God.
Get a grip, man. That's
Lauren
so sad.
Yeah.
Got punched in the head on sort of accident at a Tallahassee game because there was a fight that someone missed and hit her in the head. But
wait. Tallahassee? What?
Yeah, Tallahassee, FSU.
Oh,
the Florida State Seminoles. Yeah.
Alden, no one says a Tallahassee.
Never call that a Tallahassee game.
Whatever.
That is not a thing. No one knows what you're talking about.
I don't. Whatever. I was
you
in the
you can call them the criminals. That's fine.
Yeah, the criminals, man. Yeah, no, Florida State, that makes more sense. I could see her getting punched.
Florida State.
By the way, though, Jameis Winston serving purple drink in a pirate hat on Super Bowl Sunday.
Hilarious.
I saw that.
Right?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston, crazy things are going on with that dude. He is all over my feed for no reason. I don't follow the guy. I don't really care for the guy very much, but that dude is all over my feed.
He's great for fantasy, and I'm frustrated with the Browns because they ruined my fantasy season in your league because I had what's his name? Jerry Jeudy. And he was doing so well at the end. And then they were like, nah, we're going to bench Jameis. And then he's useless after that. But
yeah. Oh, yeah. I was doing the Judy chop every Sunday, man. Judy was where
Judy chop.
All right, back to Shapiro, not Ben, but Josh. Anybody heard anything about this yet?
No,
and
I've never heard of this.
Thoughts about the possibility of a governor and a police commissioner being involved in the potential?
I could absolutely 100% believe it, and especially in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Just in my dealings from a land surveying perspective, calling various government agencies just to verify the width of a right of way of a road, talking to road departments, public works, regional DOT people. They have it's a I don't know if it's a union mentality. I don't know what it, but they're very like territorial in the sense that like they feel like they own the places that they oversee. Because you call them and it's like you have to tell them everything that you know about your specific project before they give you public information, because they're like, well, this is my territory. I know what goes on here. I know the folks that own the property around there. Who's making money?
Right.
That's seriously how it's been delivered to me. Who's making money out there without telling me? What? I mean, just from my experience, and this is just making phone calls from down here in Georgia. I don't even live up there in the crap, and I can believe every bit of that.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think Tulsi Gabbard is probably the right person to have as the D&I director.
I think so. She just got confirmed yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And then RFK Jr. got confirmed today.
Yep.
So
saw that. Yeah.
Trump administration is getting exactly what they want.
Yeah.
There are certain things that I really despise RFK Jr.'s beliefs, but I like where his heart is at in general.
In the department that he's in, I feel like he's fine. You know what I mean? Like if president would be, we could talk about a lot of the gray areas of his beliefs and statism or whatever. But given where he's at, I don't have a whole lot of problem with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we've got nothing else to say, then it's that time, y'all. All right, everybody. Welcome to Libations Trivia. Let me get all this stuff set up. Ooh, second pop top. Love that. All right. I need to get
I don't have the... are we doing the music?
We are. Just give me a second.
Oh, okay.
I have no producer.
He's a man of many hats. No hair, but many hats.
I'm going to yell for... Oh, Lord. I'm going to yell for Nikki to bring me some whiskey. Give me a second.
The thought of just whiskey, it just reminded me of Mom, meatloaf.
The meatloaf. I never know what she's doing back there. Oh, that whole thing is great. All right. Zane, take it away. Oh, wait. Dadgummit. I got to get my whiteboard. Steven, do you have a whiteboard?
Oh.
Or do you have a piece of paper?
I have a piece of paper.
Yeah, get a piece of paper and pen. Nick, do you know where my whiteboard is?
I gotta grab a Sharpie.
It's on the table, the far table. I completely forgot about that. It's a new thing, piece of equipment I got to bring.
All right, everyone, welcome to another week of Libations Trivia. This is week number 2 of our newly reformatted trivia, where instead of covering your
Thank you, babe.
Your hand with covering the camera with your hand, our contestants will instead write down their answer on either a whiteboard if they were prepared or a piece of paper if they were not prepared. We will have one slight change from last week's format, which is that I've been informed by our producer that it makes for better content if, instead of me reading everybody's answers right at the same time, if we instead have each contestant read out their answer.
Oh, we're gonna do Cards Against Humanity.
This will give us more time to critique and ridicule answers that are incorrect.
And more time to cheat.
Audience, as usual, you can write your one answer in the comments, and if one of you gets it right, then the audience will also receive credit for the question.
Is the audience a collective still at this point?
Yes. Audience is still a collective.
Yes.
Are they going to win every week?
They're going to win a lot, and it's our job to beat them.
That's fair.
It's our job to beat them. We will we're going to test this out for a few more weeks to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And we will make modifications in March if need be. But I do like that the audience is now at least has an advantage, and I would like to just at least get them on a level playing field in the future. So
yeah, no, I like that.
That's the goal. So Zane, take it away, buddy.
All right, everyone. As usual, we've got trivia in 3 rounds. Round 1 is 8 questions, 1 point each. Round 2 is 6 questions, 2 points each. Round 3 is 4 questions, 3 points each.
Tonight's remember scented markers?
I wish I
That's such a bad idea.
Oh, such a good idea.
Yeah, you gotta huff
Train
the
kids.
you gotta huff the markers.
What was
You
your
think
favorite
gasoline-
marker?
Gasoline flavored.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is a high octane.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Zane.
Tonight's categories are in the form of a little poem that I wrote to our audience in honor of Valentine's Day. Roses are red, violets are blue. We hate the government, thanks to viewers like you.
Yes.
It's like if
All right.
PBS were libertarian. I love it.
That's so good, man.
All right. Round 1. Roses are red, violets are blue. Question 1. What golfer is pictured here? He won the 2013 U.S. Open and the gold medal at the 2016 Summer Olympics.
Ten seconds.
Yep.
What I'm trying to do is time it so that our answers are in before the audience.
The way my wife and I got together, she asked me if I was the guy that won the 2004 PGA Championship, the way I made that VJ sing. And I was like, what are you doing, lady?
Oh my god.
All right, time's up.
All right, Steven, what do you have for us?
Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth.
I don't
I'm
play
not supposed
golf.
to be reading them.
Mr.
Alden says,
Nichols. We have Jackie Chan and Morgan Stanley.
Yes.
all right. Nobody gets this one. This is Justin Rose.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
When you guys both said the same answer, I just assumed you were right because I don't know. So
No, I knew it wasn't him because I grew up down the street from Jordan Spieth.
you guys.
6,000
You
down.
guys used to watch scary movies together and spoon.
No, we actually was closer with his sister. We traded her trampoline for our half pipe when I was.
Oh,
I was
you got ripped off.
No, we had broken enough bones on the. On that.
Oh, it was costing you more in medical bills. Got it. Yeah.
Question 2. What color comes between blue and violet in the colors of the rainbow?
Got it.
Five seconds. All right, time's up.
Steven?
Yep.
go.
Indigo. Jake?
Whoops.
What did you put? Green.
Green.
That's the funniest fucking thing. You've got a name bias going though. Where's mine? Yeah, it's indigo. Green is. I don't know why that just fucking destroyed me. That was so funny. Oh my god. I'm trying to picture that rainbow.
First of all, I haven't had anything to drink in 70 days. Today, whiskey has gotten to me, and I said Roy G. Biv in my head, and I put the B after the B. For some reason.
I'm laughing before I've heard the right answer. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just too funny. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
As soon as Steven said indigo, I knew I was effed.
For some reason, that just got me. That got me even more than Zach saying that Lincoln and JFK had
a farewell address.
Oh my god!
I think about that all the time, and I listened to that episode on a plane and was cracking up the whole plane. Losing it.
Yeah.
Question
One of my
3.
favorite moments.
The patent for what specific product is pictured here?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
right, here we go.
Steven says the Hershey's Kiss.
Hershey
Jake.
Kiss, yeah.
Jake says Hershey's Kiss.
Alden. All right, what audience have anything? Yep, all right.
Oh, there's
Everyone
an H in
gets this.
Hershey's? Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, two H's, I
Hershey's
guess.
Kiss.
There we go.
Question 4. Saint Valentine, the 3rd century Italian priest and martyr commemorated by Valentine's Day, is the patron saint of what condition? A 1997 episode of Pokemon famously hospitalized over 600 children with this condition.
Oh my god, what?
This is a total guess.
There we go. This is it.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Steven says pedophilia.
I say heart palpitation.
Alden.
I'm
Chicken pox.
Leprosy.
Leprosy.
Retardation. And dancing disease.
All right, lots of good answers here, but sadly none of them are correct.
Oh no.
This is epilepsy.
Oh god.
What? What?
Why?
What does that have to do with anything?
That's so ironic because isn't it the Pokemon show that had the flashing lights that like
Yep.
caused epilepsy?
That's what did it. That's what the question was about.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the story of the show involved whatever. Never mind.
That's what I thought too.
Oh
What?
my god.
Wait, you thought that the episode itself was about 600 kids being hospitalized?
I haven't seen
It's the
Pokemon
patron
in
saint
20
of
years.
what condition?
I
Yeah.
thought it was in the show, the Pokemon show, there were kids that were hospitalized for something. I didn't know that like real
No,
kids
it was
were
all the
hospitalized.
flashing lights.
Yeah,
and
okay.
then
Yeah,
it
they were
caused
actually
everybody
hospitalized because of the show. Yeah.
Because I've heard of
Yeah.
that then, right, yeah. I don't know why my brain didn't go to that first, but
By the way, St. Valentine was a pedophile.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
So
that's
upper. That's great.
great. Yeah. I'll be
Canada-
sure to bring that up over Fajita's dinner with
Yeah.
Haley here this weekend. Yeah.
Question 5. Tracing a point on a circle while it rolls around another circle generates what shape? It is named for its resemblance to a heart.
Kind of looks like a butt. Math butt. That's my answer.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steven.
Stimpy. It looks like, I don't know if it's Ren or Stimpy, but
Cloud.
yeah.
Well, if it's not butt, I don't think this is right, but this is another similar kind of tracing type thing, but a polar rose. But I don't think that's what the butt one is. An angiogram, is that correct?
Huh?
Please don't let that be correct.
This is a cardioid.
Oh, damn it.
Cardioid.
I actually know that word.
Alden, shut up.
I do. I just didn't know that's what it was, but I know the word.
I told you to shut up like 3 times tonight. I gotta stop that.
You can tell me to shut up every answer. It's part of the theme of trivia. It's fine.
Question 6.
Is that where the word like?
event
Oh, no.
targeted at associates of George Bugs Moran took place at this wall in 1929?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steven?
All right, let's see. It's a drive-by. It's the V-Day Massacre.
Oh, damn.
Jake.
I'm gonna say firing squad.
I wrote drive-by, but I didn't have a specific massacre name. Just drive-by.
All right, what does the audience have to say?
They say Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yep,
Yeah,
Steven
that
and the
makes
audience get this one. It is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Do I get a half point? For drive
because you asked so nicely. Yes.
Half point.
Yeah,
Tiebreaker point.
point because technically it was a drive-by.
It's a drive-by.
Yep.
Question 7. What kind of flower is pictured here?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Dandelion.
How
Yeah.
dead
Yeah.
Daisy.
Jake says the daisy.
Oh.
Owen says the dandelion.
Yeah. That's a
What
small
about the
daisy.
audience?
Daisy.
Is it a
Buttercup.
daisy? I thought it was so small.
Jake and the
leaves look
audience
like-
get this. It is a daisy.
Is it really?
Ah!
Dang it.
Woo!
We needed a penny for scale.
Man, as soon as y'all said dandelion, I second guessed everything about myself.
I'm no flowerologist, so.
Oh, yeah. Me neither. I don't think anybody is.
Fair.
Would that just be a florist? Or a botanist, maybe?
I would think,
Oh.
yeah, probably a botanist.
Question 8.
Florist arrange dead flowers. A botanist would never do that.
Crazy for you, time to dance, and sweet pea are among the messages written on what candies?
Throw them down on these tomorrow. It's my favorite.
Dadgummit. I think I'm wrong.
These things are fucking disgusting, by the way.
Yeah, which is why I know that I don't have.
Oh no, these are straight gangster.
Ugh.
They got flavors like clayberry, attic citrus,
Earwax.
Tums.
Tums, yeah.
I think time's up. Zane, you can.
Steven,
Sweethearts.
Jake,
Oh, wait, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Alden,
The
that right?
hearts candies, yeah.
audience.
Sweethearts. Also, chalky
There you go.
hearts.
Yeah.
Chalky heart. Yeah, they taste like.
They taste like chalk.
Honestly,
Yeah.
my Tums taste better than these candies.
Don't
They
forget
taste
the
like-
tropical drywall flavor is really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. They taste like Lucky Charms fucked drywall. They're terrible. Ugh.
Also, I'm only giving Alden another half a point because he only said hearts.
The what the fuck ever. The hearts candies, I don't know.
Half a
Sweetheart's
point,
fine.
loser.
There you go. Draw a cardio. Who cares?
Field goal. I'll take the field goal. It's fine.
All right, at the end of round 1, we've got Jake and Alden with 3, Steven with 4, and the audience with 5.
Okay. Doing pretty good.
I'm just glad I got a whole integer as a score. So
Round 2. What series of riots in Constantinople in the year 532 involved rival factions of chariot racers and fans uniting against Emperor Justinian I?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Steven, go ahead.
All right, let's see if I can get it. The plebes versus the patricians.
Ben Hur.
LA riots.
LA riot.
Me and Zach, yeah.
No, lots
Pretty
of
sure
creative
that's
answers here. This is a tough one. These are the Nika riots.
Ah.
Dang it. I was so close.
But it's like, imagine if right after the Super Bowl, instead of just burning down a small part of Philadelphia, they burned
Right.
down all of Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Rome was burned after a game. Yeah,
So like when the LA Lakers won the NBA championship.
right, yeah.
Nika, what?
Nika, what? We've had Nika and Nippa.
Yeah.
Nippa, please.
Grumpy says apparently we don't hate the government enough.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
Question 2. This flag is associated with what uprising during the presidency of George Washington?
An uprising.
Oh. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Steven.
Jewish.
Red coat.
Colonial anarchy, fuck you uprising.
Whiskey Rebellion and Whiskey Rebellion.
Oh, I like that name.
Yeah, if Nick was here, he definitely would have known this because this principally happened in Pennsylvania. It is the Whiskey Rebellion.
Oh, that's a cool name.
I thought that's part of what made him president. I didn't realize it was while he was already. Yeah, I mean, because that was what, the 3% tax?
It was some exorbitant tax on the production of whiskey.
But it was
and
low.
like
It was like low single digits, though. It was like 3%, and everybody was like, "I'm shooting somebody over this."
Dude,
Nope.
I lived in
Fighting
Washington State. The liquor tax is like 26% or some crazy number.
Oh yeah,
So just saying, they can.
but they'll give you a weed gummy with a coffee on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Question 3. Riots opposed to the imposition of the draft in 1863 resulted in over 100 deaths in what city?
20 seconds. Five.
Just
4,
taking a wild
3,
ass guess because I have no idea.
1. Me too.
All right. Let's see. Philadelphia.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Chicago.
Baltimore.
Philadelphia. That's all. That's all the guesses.
Well, you guessed a lot of cities where this could have happened, but none where actually
But it was
did.
Tallahassee.
This is New York
Oh,
City.
I should have just said it. Yeah.
I just thought it was way
I-
too obvious.
I should have just said it. I was thinking of like Gangs of New York, and I was like, that feels like a scene from Gangs of New York, even though that's not at all right. But I should have just done it.
Apparently, it's more right than you think it is.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Question 4. What is the English translation of the phrase "gilets jaunes"?
Freaking French.
Our etymologist over here hard at work.
And I took 3 years of French in high school.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. Which means you know I'm not right.
All right, show them.
I'm going to explain my reasoning, though.
All right. We
It's
ready?
even.
Yep.
Yellow
What do you
vest.
Shave with Gillette.
That's, dude, I went with a similar thing because I was like, okay, Gillette sounds like Gillette, and Jeans, it sounded like jeans. So I went, shave my pants.
Which, oddly enough, is a way to sharpen a razor. The
Yeah.
seam on the outside of your denim
Oh,
jeans
yeah.
will sharpen your razor.
Strapping,
Get
or what
jacked.
is it, stropping, or whatever?
Jelly donuts, yellow bellies.
Stephen has definitely earned his distinction on this one. This is
Nice.
the yellow vest.
You did take French in high school.
Yeah.
I did not, if you couldn't tell. I took German. I know Gelb is yellow in German. I do not know the word for vests, though, in German. So,
Yeah.
Question 5. In which country did this protest take place? And for those who can't see, it's a road that's completely jammed up with tractors.
I was going to say, is that Model Ts or tractors? It's a small image, but
If I'm incorrect, I'm going to be upset. because this has happened in the country that I have. I'm going to put a secondary.
It's
Do you-
Antarctica.
I mean, is it like Bosnia and Herzegovina? I mean, like that's the only way you get to throw in a second one, right?
No, I'm throwing in a second one because this picture is vague.
It's like Turks and Caicos. You know, like that. You know,
Right,
they
right,
go
right.
together.
Or like Burma or Myanmar, you know, like just to cover. I don't know what year it was, but like
Yeah.
it's one of those.
Which, by the way, they speak Karen. Did you know that?
No, I did not realize that.
Yeah, that is a
Karen?
language. Karen. Yeah.
Huh. Like
As in the angry
an
white
angry,
woman.
yeah. I was gonna make the same joke. Like, yeah, angry white.
Yeah.
Angry white woman. Exactly.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
All right, let's go.
I
Go
speak
ahead.
Karen. Yeah.
France.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I put France, and my second guess was Netherlands because
Same thing.
that is a
Same
vague
thing.
picture.
Same thing. I did France because of that weird looking Wambulance looking thing.
And if it is only Netherlands, I'm going to bring up a picture that looks exactly like this from France, and then I'm going to get points. Netherlands.
Oh well, it looks like I'm
Also,
wrong.
French is a dead language.
Okay, Ron.
Okay, so this particular protest is from the Netherlands. But if you want to award points for France as well, Jake, I can do that, but it would actually hurt you relative to Stephen and Alden.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you got this one right and they didn't.
No, I didn't get it right. I said France, and my second guess was Netherlands.
Yeah.
So if you,
I'll
yeah,
just give everybody points.
There we go.
Like that.
did it take place in both areas?
Yes, it's taking place in both areas.
Well, then
Like,
I feel like both are right. I don't know.
Well, and that's how he baited us.
Because no
too.
one could tell from that photo, which is
That's
why,
how he
you know.
baited us because he gave us the Gillette Jean before it.
Yeah,
The yellow vests
Yeah,
that are in France.
the
then
shave
he-
my pants question. I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Should have been more specific on that.
rigged.
yeah, you need
I
a
mean-
better photo.
I'm even questioning if this is rigged, honestly, now. So
Question 6. Name this man. And I'm
Oh,
not looking
God.
for his nickname. I'm looking for his actual name.
Dadgummit. I don't freaking remember. Five seconds.
I'm gonna go with the French theme.
There you go. Stick with that.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Steve.
I
All
think
right.
it gives me the winning
That is,
edge. here.
Q Shaman or Jake Indigo, as we know him.
Oh, the Indigo coming back.
Unemployed felon.
That's pretty good. I went with Jean Retard.
That's a good one. So good. Justin something or other.
That might be it. That might be it.
Jake something.
Jake
Jacob
something.
Chansley.
Oh,
The
all right.
audience has it. It is Jacob Chansley.
Take a chancely on love. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
All right. At the end of round 2, I've got Jake and Alden with 5, Steven with 8, and the audience with 11.
All right.
What do
we
I
got
have?
some catching up to do. You and I have 5, Alden. We
5.
got
That's at
one
least
question right.
that's at least one full hand. I'm okay with that. I'm not ashamed of that.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to use my full hand.
Here, Alden, touch me, buddy. Touch me.
Let's touch tips. Let's
Okay.
touch tips.
Oh wait, there we go. Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
Oh god. The show is ridiculous.
Round 3. What president signed the Public Broadcasting Act into law, enabling the creation of NPR and PBS?
Sorry.
I believe it's pronounced public broadcasting.
The Pubic Broadcasting Act.
The public broadcasting.
Brought to you by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Yeah. Yep, I was there today. Oh, I think my marker's dying. That's sad.
So 2 shows in, 1 show in.
Yeah, well, I found this marker in the road. It's all chewed up, so it was a bonus. Your chicken dies, but you find a marker. The universe.
You found a
balances out.
whiteboard erase marker in the, or are you on paper?
Oh, this is a Sharpie. I'm on, old school. I'm killing trees over here. Sorry.
All right, go for it, Steven.
All right, I'm going with, where is it? Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter.
That's what I said too. It just feels so Carter. It might not be right, but
Nixon.
and Nixon was my second guess because he was the EPA guy, which is surprising.
You guys were all really close. This is the kind of question that maybe played better when people had an unlimited number of guesses, but this is Lyndon Johnson.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh.
LBJ.
Yeah.
The old
I should have
LBJ.
known because he goes by 3 initials, like PBS, so
Yeah.
it was so obvious when you think about it.
The old BJ giving us the pubic broadcasting.
Have you guys ever heard that phone call where he's talking to someone like his tailor about his pants, and then he needs more room in the crotch area on his pants? Apparently had like big junk. I don't know.
Wow.
Well, there's a famous story about him that he nicknamed his penis Jumbo.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Yep. His name is Johnson. I mean, what more do you want?
Question 2. What NPR podcast, created by Alex Bloomberg and Adam Davidson, is the only NPR product that even occasionally demonstrates a rudimentary understanding of economics?
Economics.
15 seconds.
I forget the name of this. I don't know. I don't listen to NPR anymore. That was a while ago.
2, 1. Steven.
Daily Adam.
Freakonomics.
I went with Radio Labs because it's the only NPR thing I know by name. So
Radiolab is the only good thing they do.
that's what I used to listen to. Radio Labs more, or Radio Labs. I don't know, but
We've got Bloomberg Report and Marketplace.
the Bloomberg Report.
This is in fact Planet Money.
That's what I said.
What is Freakonomics made by then? I can't.
Is Freakonomics an NPR show? I didn't think
no
that
idea.
it was.
Is it not?
But I've never heard of Planet Money, so
I've never heard of Planet Money either.
I know Pizza Planet. That's what I know.
The hidden
I've
side
heard of
of
Planet Rock.
everything.
I've heard of Comic Ping Pong Pizzeria.
St. Valentine is never the chat.
I guess it is not
Another
produced-
crack.
It is not produced by NPR.
Who does it?
I really thought it was. I thought Freakonomics was. I'm wrong.
It's
You
too
probably heard of
good.
Captain Planet.
It's too accurate. Yeah, honestly, NPR probably does support Captain Planet. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I have too.
Question 3. One of my favorite shows in elementary school. What animated PBS Kids program is about a team of children who use math and science to defeat the villain Hacker? My terrible foreign policy views during middle and high school can perhaps be blamed on the fact that this show is sponsored by Northrop Grumman for part of its run.
Oh my god. I'm gonna show my age maybe and say I have no earthly idea
Yeah, no, I'm wrong, but I'm
what this is.
gonna do it anyway.
Isn't there a movie called Hacker?
I think you're thinking of the Chris Hemsworth movie, and it's called something. It's called Black Hat.
No, Hackers. It's Angelina Jolie movie way back in the 90s.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Matthew Lillard. Hack
Yeah.
the planet, man.
Yeah.
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 You're
It's
still
Hackers.
thinking Chris Hemsworth movie. Black
No,
Hat.
that's you're
No,
just
it's
obsessed with
definitely
Thor.
something called Hackers.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hackers.
Yeah.
All
It's,
right.
it's Matthew Lillard, Angelina Jolie, and some guy that is probably loosely related to Zach.
The villain?
No, it's on the hacking team.
Oh god.
All right, Steven, go.
Magic School Bus.
Hey, Magic School Bus.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just was like, I named the only kids PBS show I know.
We have Impossible.
Yes,
And
Kim
Mathletes.
Possible.
We have
the
Mathletes
famous
as well.
NPR show.
This is cyber chase.
I have never, literally, that word is not real. I have never heard of this.
Which,
That's
at the end of
ridiculous.
every episode, when they were saying the sponsors, it was brought to you in part by the Northrop Grumman Foundation. Which, when I was thinking about this, maybe writing a question about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this until now. But this was sponsored by Northrop Grumman. It's literally the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
beautiful.
Cyber chase. That's who the libertarians are going to run after we merge with machines, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yep.
Oh, that's so good. Couldn't be any worse.
Well, when I was watching NPR, it was Arthur, but
Yeah.
Question
correctly
four.
spelled.
Correctly
Oh
spell
my
the name
God.
of this character.
I got you. I got you. Here we go.
Oh Jesus. Oh God. I should have wrote it bigger because you're gonna have to. I'm gonna circle it or square it. I squared it. I need more alcohol or less. I don't know.
There's not a chance in hell that I got this correct.
I will be shocked. Wait. Before we do this, how do we determine who wins? Like by how many correct letters? Like the most correct letter? Like what?
No,
how do
you
we do
either
this?
get it or you don't.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Spell it, Steven.
Yeah, wait.
That's SNUFFALUPAGUS.
Dadgummit.
Snuffle.
Did
Did you say snuffleupagus with just a P?
Yeah. No.
All right.
PAGUS.
Yeah, P-A. Okay, that's
It's
weird.
a P? SNAFFELUFAGUS. It's a P.
Wait, you're gonna.
I did
Snuffleupagus?
I did FFALUPHAGUS. Snuffleupagus.
Fagus. Yeah.
Snuffleupagus. Yeah.
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 I thought it was an F.
Snuffleupagus. Oh Jesus.
Snuffle up a Gus. Yeah.
Snuffle up. Yeah.
The audience is the only one that's got this right. It's Snuffleupagus.
What?
Wow.
Snuffleupagus. But it's pronounced Snuffleupagus. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. I've
been pronouncing
Again.
it wrong since I was a kid. I thought it was Snuffleupagus.
I should
I
be
thought
deported.
it was a fungus. Yeah.
I should be deported, and I was born here.
It's Flupagus. I thought it was Flapugus. You know, Flafugus. Snuffleupagus. Whatever.
All
I'm
right.
surprised I
Final
even knew the
scores
name.
tonight was a bit harder than last week, but we've got Jake and Alden with 5, Steven with 8. The audience wins with 14.
I mean, yeah. I don't know how to spell words that I did use this decade, so I definitely don't know how to spell words I didn't use this decade.
Seriously.
Jesus.
Wow. Well, the audience.
How do we implement DEI in trivia and I still lose?
You're white. We have an audience of exclusively black people. So,
Speaking of, did you want to get into the controversy of did you like the halftime show or not? Or
why would I like the halftime show? I'm sick of
so
rap
let
being
me
on
let me tell you why I appreciated it. Well, Jake, I don't know. Jake, can you pull up like Spike's post about it?
Yeah.
Did you see that? What he posted?
I saw that. Let me pull it
Oh
up.
my gosh. Okay, but I do have to tell you guys because I'm just assuming from your skin color you don't listen to hip hop.
I listen to hip hop. I just don't listen to Kendrick.
I listened to older Kendrick.
Yes.
But he didn't play anything from
So,
like To Pimp a Butterfly.
Kendrick and Drake have been having a rap battle for the last
for
year and a
years,
half.
Yeah.
I mean, they've gone like 7 rounds.
I know. Yeah.
So when he played Not Like Us, you know,
Yeah.
he was calling out Drake for his,
I know.
his
Yeah.
pedophile charges.
I just don't like the song that much, but I know the whole thing. I know the line. I know the like A minor line.
A
like
minor.
Yeah, yeah,
and he was wearing a lowercase A on his necklace.
Right. I
A
saw
minor.
the A. I was like, is that an Amazon A? Like, what is he doing? But it's A.
Well, and then not only
minor,
that,
as in
but Serena
lowercase.
Williams.
Yeah.
Serena Williams is Drake's ex. They were dating last year, and
So he
came
dated
out.
twins.
She came out and danced for Kendrick at the halftime show. Not only danced, but she did a crip walk because she was saying that she would have been suspended from Wimbledon if she did the crip walk on the sidelines, like before a game. Because she was doing that one time, and like somebody even came over and was like, "We're going to kick you out if you don't stop doing that." So there's that reason too, and then it's also weird. And of course, people, if you want to go way down the rabbit hole, Serena Williams has another sister, not Venus. They have another sister that was killed in like 2003 by a crip. So it's like, why the hell are you doing a crip walk? Not only that, but why are you doing it at the Super Bowl halftime?
That's weird.
There you go. Zach just brought it up too. So you got all that going on, but then there was a lot of symbolism of the stuff that Kendrick was rapping about, and then the scenes they were acting out, and dancing on stage. It was talking about, they're not like us kind of whole thing is they have to, entertain people. They're made to entertain. Or one of the other songs he was rapping was, they basically black folks are slaves of the entertainment industry. And they were doing that while the president was at the Super Bowl. It was symbolic on that level as well. But I think Spike really summed it up best with his post that Jake had pulled up a second ago.
Here we go. I'll pull it back.
Yeah, what's that say?
There you go. Spike said, a lot of you didn't like Kendrick's halftime show because you didn't understand the symbolism. Allow me to break it down for you. 1, I didn't watch it. 2, I canceled my cable in 2014. 3, I mostly watch Bible studies on YouTube now. 4, I'm sure he did his best, though.
Oh, God.
And he also said, I don't have Tubi either, whatever that is. I'm not sure I conveyed just how disconnected from popular entertainment I am.
I like Kendrick. I like his older stuff, though, apparently, because I haven't been following his newer sound as much. So I just didn't, on a musical level, I just didn't connect with it like at all because it's just not the material that I like. But
it's stuff that like, I mean, and that's the problem with some of this newer hip hop stuff. It's like, when you listen to it on YouTube or or the radio or streaming, whatever, and it's in front of you and it's on actual stereo, studio quality stuff coming out of your speakers, it's amazing. But then you try to perform it live and it doesn't work because you have so many layers.
It's so engineered, the sound. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's so many different layers to it. It's not projecting properly.
I always thought hip hop in general was kind of a hard live sound to reproduce because it's so sampled, and so even in the old day, like it's relying on samples a lot. Which again, I love old school hip hop. That's not a problem. But live, it's just hard to reproduce. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's exactly right. Like this is why most of the halftime shows over the past 2 decades have just fallen flat for me. The audio coming out of the TV
don't even like halftime shows.
Isn't nearly as good as what you can get on the album or in an actual if you're in the stadium, it will sound different and it will probably be very good.
I'm sure if you're there, it's fun because it's live. But the idea of halftime shows in general is frustrating because it's the poppiest songs that the person has, the quick short versions of them. The quickest audio setup in the history of the world, which I'm actually impressed that they even get it as good as they do.
Yeah.
But it's not I don't understand trying to squeeze a concert into a 30-minute window. I just never even got the idea of it. I think it's fucking retarded, but whatever.
Imagine if football games randomly broke out in the middle of a concert.
Yeah. What a great, we're going to have a quick world level event football game in the middle of this
guys, we're gonna stretch our fingers out and have a couple of beers. Watch this football over there real quick.
How absurd is that? And exactly, this is a great example of how absurd I think it is to have a concert in the middle of a game. I agree. It's so weird. Thank you, Stephen.
So not that this says anything, but it's the last time there was a country music halftime show. I want to guess.
73.
Okay.
I don't even know. when the Super Bowl started.
There was that one time, I think it was in 1992, where whatever channel it was, maybe NBC, was trying to like cross promote the Super Bowl with their coverage of the Winter Olympics.
It's a good guess.
So they had some really cheesy and corny winter themed Super Bowl with like marching bands and stuff, and like dancers dressed up as snowflakes.
I'm going to say it was Garth Brooks the last time Dallas Cowboys went to the Super Bowl.
It was Travis Tritt the year
95.
the Cowboys didn't go to the Super Bowl, 1994.
Oh, 4, because 5 they were in it with the Steelers.
And 3 and 2 they were in it with the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I was
it's
pulling
been
for the Bills.
30 years since a country artist was on the Super Bowl halftime show, which I just
know
find
what's so
annoying.
funny too? I think it's interesting that they won't put a country artist on. I don't even, just to be honest, I don't even listen to much country, but they won't put a country artist on. But for the Sunday night, or is it Sunday night? I don't even remember. Whatever.
Football is Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood, and then they had Williams the second or whatever. Not Grumpy. Hank Williams.
Oh, Hank
Williams
Jr. Yeah, Hank Williams
Jr. Yeah, doing Monday or whatever.
That's what they.
Are
they
you ready
Hank
for
the
some
Third.
football? Like, I love Hank the Third. Hank the Third is my shit.
Is badass.
Yeah,
He'll
dude. All right, right on.
He'll do classic country. Like if you go to one of his concerts, he'll do classic country, and then he'll switch to metal in the middle of it.
Because that's his roots. Is like his dad is country, but then he played in a metal post-punk metal band for like the longest time. He's got some badass songs, dude. Like 3 Shades of Black and Must Have Been the Pills I Took and shit. And like, dude, I'm actually a big fan. He's the only Hank Williams that I actually like his sound. I appreciate the others, but I like the third. Anyway, whatever.
So he's one of the few that could truly do a multi-sound and get both sides. I don't know.
Yeah.
Florida Georgia Line could have freaking Nelly come out or something. Like
Florida Georgia Line can eat a booty hole, dude. I don't.
Well, sure, but they can eat a booty hole. But I mean, if you got a few fireball shots, you're taking somebody home with you.
100%. All right.
Who's our drunkard here?
Move away from the Super Bowl. I want to talk about one thing before, like this is more philosophical a little bit, but it's based on a real thing. So let me bring in.
Oh, I'm skipping ahead. Yeah.
Let me bring in this tweet real quick. Here we go. Tim Burchett, whatever his name is. I'll be introducing the Cartel Mark and Reprisal Authorization Act of 2025, which would authorize Donald Trump to commission privately armed and equipped individuals or groups to seize persons and property of any cartel member, or cartel-linked organization.
I've always wanted to be a privateer.
This is real. This is Rep. Tim Burchett. Anybody know what he? Let me see what he's. Tennessee, 2nd District, is going to introduce this wildly insane bill to Congress. Anybody have thoughts on that?
Well, that's interesting.
It would be both. Some
so we flipped out. We absolutely flipped out, or at least I did, when Obama talked about the concept of a citizen army, just as well funded, just as well armed, just as well trained as the U.S. military. You remember that? I chopped that quote up. I've sure massacred that. But we flipped out because a commie president was saying that. Now we got a guy that may or may not be on our side saying the exact same thing. How do you feel about it now?
Yeah.
Well,
this is a big question in general. Go ahead.
It's important to keep in mind that this actually is in the Constitution, that Congress is allowed to grant letters of marque and reprisal to people and I mean, at the time of the Constitution, it was designed to go after pirates, but it's the same idea where if you consider yourself to be a constitutionalist, you should, regardless of whether it's Obama or this guy, you should like it because it is right there in the Constitution. And historically, when we didn't have a huge standing army, this was the way that we dealt with pirates, was
Right.
paying other people
Hiring
to go handle it.
merchant or militia or like.
Yeah.
So, assuming that we can actually,
I'll be right back.
properly
Yeah.
identify who is actually in the cartels, so we're not randomly going after people that aren't in cartels.
That's a
Then
whole
I
other
think
side. Yeah.
As a conceptual idea, I mean, I think that's actually probably fine. I mean, obviously, I think we should just end the drug war. Then we wouldn't need letters of marque and reprisal. But
for this purpose,
in the interim, after we've ended the drug war, but while cartels are still around, I don't really have a problem with it. I am concerned about right there at the end of the tweet, he's got something about cartel linked to organizations.
There we go.
Which I feel like could be just any organization in the United States.
That would be the United States government in a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
Well, that just is a cartel.
Yeah. Right? Like
yeah, we just talked about that.
The language of the actual bill has to be far more specific than this tweet, because this just
Oh my God.
up.
I'm not going off of the tweet only.
This would be a horrific scenario.
No, I'm
cartel linked organization. That is the broadest term, and it doesn't specify drugs or anything like that. So
no, I feel like that's obvious. If it's just off of a tweet, then it's like all of this is a no. But like, I'm assuming there's if there's something more specific going on, and if there's actually like, this is almost more like, I consider this like the Uncle Sam poster, like, we want you, but then like there's actually a written mission somewhere where there's more details on what to expect with this, proposal. But in theory, it should be the same kind of thing that Zane's saying, like, where it shouldn't matter who says it, it should matter more what is said and on what principle and what, constitutional basis. But
yeah. And I mean, I agree with Zane. Like, in the theory, I have no problem with this potential bill. Like, we should be allowed to defend, I don't like the war on drugs, but we should be allowed to defend ourselves, especially considering what kind of violence the cartel causes.
Well, considering the war on drugs is been ongoing for, like 80 years or some crazy number of time.
Yeah.
Or 60 years, whatever, how long, I don't know officially or unofficially, but it's a long time, like culturally.
So here's where I have a problem with it, is where it's the federal government coming in on local jurisdiction. Now, if it's a border town, that's kind of a different issue, or if it's an interstate kind of issue, that's a different issue, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's local, and the sheriff at any given time can deputize anybody.
That's a good point, because in the historical context where letters of marque and reprisal were mainly used, happening on the high seas, so you're not running into issues of sending out these armed people on somebody else's territory. It might actually make more sense, at least from the perspective of the United States, if we granted letters of marque to go after cartels in Mexico. Now, I doubt that Mexico would like that very much, but from the perspective of coordinating jurisdictions in the U.S., that would at least get around that issue.
Maybe just on the seas in the Gulf of America,
Which is now the Gulf of America, at least in parentheses on Google Maps.
There we go.
Really?
Interesting. Totima's Pizza Rolls presents the Gulf of America, powered by the Home Depot.
That was so funny.
We're tweeting that out later. That's one of the funniest memes I've ever seen. Yeah. Well, yeah, I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on it, and I think Zane summed it up nicely. And
absolutely.
His comments were pretty dang good. So without
Zane does a good job of bringing us back to the underlying principles of something.
That's the only reason.
And speaking to that, yeah.
If I didn't do that, I would be kicked off the show.
You're fired.
All right, y'all. It's that time.
I am not fucking drunk.
Well, 19th blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up.
On Wiedersehen, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
All right, our drunkard of the week. I could not download the video. For some reason, it was not downloadable, so we don't have our animation at the end. But here is our insane drunkard of the week. So enjoy.
I've not seen this.
Trust black women, they lead the way. Trust black women, they lead the way.
Is that a rainbow walk beside him?
White women, stop abandoning
Yeah, is that indigo right there between blue and purple?
women, they lead the way. Oh, we're mad as hell. Oh, can't you tell? Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell? We dissent, you fucking fascists.
It's catchy.
Oh, we're mad as hell.
It's almost like they're using a famous tune.
Yeah, it's almost like
Yeah.
repurposing.
So whoever these ridiculous white Karens are, they are the drunkards of the week. This whole song is idiotic.
They're your heroes, right? Is that where you're going with
It's
this?
the hero portion of the show. Yeah, hero type of drunkard. It's insane.
I mean,
to
you
me.
see some of this stuff, and it's like you've got to think: is this some sort of humiliation ritual?
It's like you lose your fantasy football league, and this is your punishment. That's basically what this is. In fact, I think this is the perfect punishment for our fantasy football league.
Oh God!
But like, you spend all this time. I mean, clearly not much time writing this song. Couldn't you have just made it so that it, first of all, rhymed? Second of all the syllables hit at the appropriate moments, and you didn't include fucking fascist. Like, what was the point of
See,
that?
but it's fascist when you reduce the size of government. Remember?
Utterly painful, dude. The brainwashing that these poor people have done. Like,
and whatever you do, don't sing it in key. Like,
No, that would be unacceptable. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's our drunkard of the week. I don't know their names. Don't even know what they're about, but that was incredibly painful. I really hope that was a fantasy football loss punishment.
That was a bet. Yeah, we just hope that was a lost bet of some kind. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, audience, if you have any questions for anybody up here or just thoughts or
Audience asks, we ignore it.
Yeah, if you have any
That's
thoughts
terrible.
that you want us to go over, let us know right now before we get into the funnies. Just want to remind y'all, this show is brought to you by Rabbit Eye Wine. Go pick yourself up a bottle, rabbiteyewine.com. If you're not in Georgia, you can go to your local.
This is a good time to do Rabbit Eye Wine plug, like when we're waiting for people to type something in. I like this.
Yeah,
it's a good spot.
A little bit better.
It's fluid.
Yeah. If you're located in the state of Georgia, you can go pick it up at your local liquor store. Also, go watch this show on peacefulseed.network. Go subscribe to the Dollar Media Club. It is $1 a month. The base subscription is $1 a month. The cheapest subscription you can possibly have. It'll get you access to our movies and documentaries and subscriber-only shows, along with the Discord, which is where Steven, Zane, Alden, Nick, and a whole bunch of other people hang out and chat during the week. You can give your input on stories that we should cover, drunkard nominations, which you can also do via X.
You can send us your foot pictures. You know,
you can send Alden your foot pictures. No one else will accept them, I hope. But Alden definitely will.
Send me your meter pictures.
There we go.
Your meter.
So yeah, go to peacefulseed.network. We're coming out with some new shows very soon. One of them being the Philosophical Fall Guy. I'm right now editing the trailer for it, and the first interview, it's one-on-one conversations between stuntmen and stuntwomen, and the host is Duke Jackson, who is a phenomenal stuntman. Got a sick name too, Duke Jackson.
That is such a stuntman name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's been in film world for a very long time.
That or porn, but like one of those, it'll just do really well in. You know.
He interviewed this man named Nuno Sadi, and this guy has one of the most interesting lives that I've ever heard. It's a 3.5-hour interview, and it goes from this guy being in basically a cult all the way to being best friends with Michael Jackson for a while, his insane stunts that he's done on set. His whole family has been in the stunt industry for since the 1920s, since like the beginning of
The
film.
first film?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
His family, who's
Was he the guy that like
Buster Keaton and all those
rode
guys.
the horse in the first film footage? Like that's insane.
His granddad was a stunt double for, was it Charlie Chaplin?
Wow.
And he had to sign. He also played Major League Baseball while he was doing that.
Obviously, that's what you do.
So, extremely interesting interview. One of the most interesting guys I've ever listened to. Like,
that's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know how he's not more popular like on the podcast circuit, because he could be on Rogan and they could have conversations for days. So make sure to check that out. It'll come out in March. Hopefully the second week of March. Cascade Effect will come out. Next episode will come out at the end of February. Wrexham Texan will come out. The next episode will be on Wednesday. So we're changing our day to Wednesday. So a week. 1 week.
Gross.
Free Georgia podcast. Hopefully the next episode will come out on Monday, but I can't promise anything. I'm up here in Montana and things are off. So yeah. We just had to, we can't stay in the van because our heater's busted. So
you need my chicken heater.
I need your chicken heater, man. That doesn't sound great, but I'll take it.
I got a chicken coop heater. Yeah.
Nice. Steven, Alden, Zane, y'all got anything to promote before we go to the funnies?
Not really a promote, but something that stood out to me today in the news was so down here in Georgia on the south side of Atlanta, the mayor of South Fulton was just stripped of all of his privileges and all of his access to any city building.
What?
Oh yeah, this dude he bought a pool table for his office. Then he spent 20 grand, and this is on the city credit card. Spent 20 grand on a media studio. So we're talking, lights, cameras, microphones, sound dampening on the walls. Full media studio stuff. And then tens of thousands of dollars because he took himself and several of his aides to Ghana.
Gonorrhea?
As part of his international economic tour. Like, he stood up in front of the council and defended this. I think there might actually be video we could share. Like, he actually defended his ability to do all this stuff. And they were like, you're going to not be needing that credit card anymore. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Why does the South Fulton mayor need to go to Ghana?
Right.
You got to get those investment books.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to find
South Fulton's not even a major city. Like it's suburban.
No, it's definitely not a major city at all. Yeah.
That's wild, man. There's no video of it on this website, but yeah, exactly what you're saying. Bank records from a city-issued credit card show nearly $26,000 spent between October and December on unauthorized travel, food, and other expenses, including a trip to Africa. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
That's so silly.
That's insane. A purchase for a $1,300 drone.
Yeah.
Why? Mayor also made multiple purchases from Amazon, with one purchase totaling more than $1,800.
Yeah.
This is insane. Okay. So yeah, that's an interesting story. If you live in South Fulton, yeah, I apologize.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you.
Well, and then, now that the spirit of all this is in the air, right, of finding fraud and abuse, somebody just posted on the Fayette County page on Facebook here that they did a FOIA request, and they found out that late last year, the Fayette County Development Authority spent $120,000 going to Bentonville, Arkansas for a dream conference. And the justification they got back was that it was for the plane tickets and the hotel stays. And they were like, I just priced it myself.
It's the hookers.
They're like, I know how many people work for the Development Authority. They're like, I just priced it for myself and 10 others. If I flew first class and stayed in the best hotel, I'm still coming in at a third of that price tag.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
What are they eating on this trip? My God.
I mean, how many times do we have to preach this? But like voting in your local elections and being involved in local politics is such a crucial thing for your immediate surroundings and the people that you live near. Like allowing this kind of garbage to go on and voting these people into office is insane and will only make life way worse for you in the long term. Like these are the kind of people who devastate local economies that cannot recover for decades. So just get out there and
they justified it. I mean, because this is the town I grew up in. I love this place, man. And to see like that kind of stuff going on makes me sick. And
my dream conference is
another way they justified it was that it was okay. Like they did no taxes, no direct taxes went into this trip. Sure. Because they made extra money on the sale of the property for the data center that's being built right there by QTS. The Fayette Development Authority made $130 million on that sale.
You guys want to hear the most satisfying sound in the world?
And my taxes went up 20% that year. So what do you?
That's insane.
Where did it go?
Yeah.
I mean, this is Fayette County. There's 20,000 people that live here.
You went to the Dream Conference, Stephen.
Yeah, right. Which, by the way, Bentonville, Arkansas is where Walmart is headquartered.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've been there. It's wild. What's the most satisfying sound in the world, Alden?
That's the sound of a very, very perfectly fit new holster that I got.
Nice. There we go.
Not a sponsor, but Foundry holster out of, I think, South Carolina. Maybe North Carolina, I forget, one of the Carolinas. But oh my God, it is the tightest. Oh my God, it's just so satisfying. It's so good.
It's definitely not a dove crying, by the way.
It's so good. I actually had a problem with another holster of another brand that I won't mention, but that I had to send back this week because it was not what I ordered at all. But this one's very good.
Nice. Well, sweet.
All right, so. Feels so right.
We're gonna go to the funnies and let Alden, do whatever he's doing off screen.
Yeah, a lot of that.
All right, everybody. If you please drop a like on the show, hit comment, everything, share it. We need more viewers on this show. We were getting tons and tons and tons of viewers when we were part of the Libertarian Party, and
then
we're slowly crawling our way back once we left the Libertarian Party so that we could have more opinions without getting destroyed by fellow libertarians. So share the show with your friends.
What does that say about us?
I know. We're trying to build our Facebook presence the most because for some reason Facebook is becoming the most watched place for podcast. Dude, it's wild.
Interesting.
Facebook, yeah.
Oh, it's a free speech platform. Zuckerface was on Rogan.
It's becoming a free speech platform. So if you have a Facebook page or a Facebook profile, go over, like our show on that platform so that we can actually live stream to that platform. We cannot live stream until we get a certain amount of hits on our likes and follows on our page. So go follow us over on Facebook. Other than that, we're live streaming to Rumble, YouTube, and X. And then it comes out immediately after the show ends on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and every other podcast platform. And then I do upload them non-live to Facebook in the time being, starting again tonight. I fail to do that every now and then, but
I just logged into Facebook, but it was to get on Marketplace to look up used saws.
Yeah, that's
all I use it for.
All I use Facebook for is Marketplace.
Yeah, that's all I use it for.
All right, y'all. Let's watch some funny stuff and get out of here. So,
and Hannah, by the way, you did. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah.
The audience won yet again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Audience won trivia. So there you go. Y'all won again.
They're gonna win every week now. That's all
right, y'all. I don't know if you remember this. If you played FIFA back in 1994, I did, but I did not remember.
I just threw back in Game Day '98.
You can avoid getting a red or yellow card by running away from the referee.
There you go. That's just
funny.
like Madden 95. You could go on the All-Star team and be Walter Payton, and no one could touch you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just thought this was absolutely hysterical. That little dude just running away. All right. I don't know if y'all know this guy. Hang on. Dadgummit.
He can't card you if you can't catch you.
Can't card if you can't catch. All right. Next one is one of my favorite videos I've seen this week.
To do the color commentary on how you would announce this scenario. Okay, you ready? I'm going to give it my best shot. Okay, keep in mind it's a Super Bowl. Okay, it's the fourth quarter. Okay, there's 9 seconds left. Yeah, it's 2nd and 10. Yeah, they're on the opposite 49-yard line. Okay, and the quarterback has to throw a Hail Mary and it's incomplete and they lose the Super Bowl. Well, he doesn't have to throw a Hail Mary at that point. He could try to gain something a little bit shorter with 9 seconds left in the second half. He did.
Yeah.
He threw a Hail Mary. Well, hopefully he can buy time to move out of the pocket and get a crow hop in. He didn't. No, he didn't. You think he should have? I thought that with 9 seconds left, I would try to get something short out of bounds to make the Hail Mary throw less far. Why are you lying to us? I'm not lying. I'm telling you what a smart quarterback would do. And a smart play caller, you try to advance the ball a little further down the field.
Oh, no.
Eagles. Yeah. It's fourth quarter. Yeah. 9 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Oh, well, I didn't realize I was throwing it. Well, in that case, I could reach the end zone. So, ball's on the opposite. I don't remember the specifics of that. Those I try to erase from my memory. That was you. I know. Well, now that you bring it up. Tom, that was you. Well, now I understand it was me. See, these are things when I played so many games, they kind of, unless I win, they don't really stick. They just, that was a mistake. So you agree that you lost that Super Bowl for your team by not checking it down? Is that what you're saying? I could have given ourselves a better chance to advance the ball a little bit further so the Hail Mary could have been, a little shorter throw. 2-yard line. Yeah, I took a good hit on that play. I want you.
That guy's so funny. If y'all don't know Caleb Presley, definitely go check it out. That dude is hilarious. He just left Barstool Sports to create his own production company.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, dude is hilarious. Has some great interviews. Holds the awkward pause thing like no one else. Like no one else holds it like he does. He's so good. So go check him out.
I like it.
All right, third one. I think we have 5 tonight. Here you go.
You have to love Elon. Okay, so he posted this picture and said, "Some memes just write themselves."
Oh my God.
I don't even know who the one girl is. I have no idea.
She was in Kick-Ass. She's an actress.
Okay.
And she was in the movie Kick-Ass. I can't.
You can't.
They really do just write themselves. We don't even need to say anything.
That's great.
Oh, that's such a good one. All right. Next one. Just a daily reminder not to opt for a
Do we have any audio only listeners, by the way?
We have a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, then no one will know what's going on there. But Hillary Clinton and what's her name, this actress or whatever,
Chloe Grace Moritz.
Yeah. Thank you. Holding up different donuts or pastries or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so funny that Hillary Clinton's is like the shriveled, loose looking one. It's like, dude, I died. It's just too funny.
Dude, it's
anyway.
So good. And yeah, if you're just listening to this show, I'm sorry. You can watch it on Spotify if you prefer Spotify platform. But if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts or any of the others, you're missing out on the funnies. Everything else you can pretty much just.
That's pretty true. But I just was reminded of do we have audio listeners? Because that won't make any sense. But
yeah, but it will now. All right. This next one says, "Hey guys, just your daily reminder not to opt for a high drive dog."
Oh my God.
Fucking holding on to that bear.
Jesus Christ. He's 40 feet in the air.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Dude,
That's insane.
No.
That is insane.
That is a never quit mentality. That's wild.
This is one of my favorite memes that's ever been used. It's used on a lot of things, and now it's used on this, which is great.
You are making $500,000 and you were only going to pay me 30?
We're getting 30 grand? I'm getting 1,000.
You guys are getting paid?
So good.
Oh, that's so good. I love all the things that have to do with that meme.
Yeah.
Are so good.
There's been some good ones, but this one just felt so appropriate here.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 112. And just so you know, 112 episodes means we've been doing this for over 2 years. I think we've missed during that time 2 or maybe 3 Thursdays where we were not live on this show.
But that was like Christmas or some shit. Like,
most of them were Christmas or some holiday. Yes.
Or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Some shit, yeah.
So fighter. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. If y'all want a consistent show with some very interesting people like Zane and Alden and sometimes Steven.
Interesting is the nice way of describing us. Yeah, right.
Weird. Okay, if you want a good show with some weird people that is very consistent, tune in to Liberty Libations, where we tackle philosophical questions based on political actions and the current news. So there you go. Anybody else got anything to say before we sign off?
No.
Ironic that you didn't have anything to say, but then you said something to say that you didn't have anything to say by saying that.
Jake, you missed the perfect opportunity to cut to the outro right after I said that.
No,
I do it almost every week.
I did. It's extremely difficult because it's 3 clicks in order for me to go to the outro, and so it's
we
hard
gotta
to
fix
time
that. That's not very efficient.
It's the least efficient.
Yeah,
and it really annoys.